Hey everyone, welcome to Adobe Live Max 2025. Andrew, we should go check in for our flight.
We're going to be late.
Oh my gosh. Come
hey
with
everybody,
us.
welcome. We are going to take you through the community booth. We're here on the ground at Adobe Live. If you're watching from home, we want you to be a part of it too. So we're going to take you through our experience and have you experience the Adobe Live airport. I've got my luggage. Let's go check in.
Come on, this way. By the way, I'm your host, Emily Poulin, and with me today is Andrew Hochradel, starting
Hi,
off
everybody.
your day.
Let us know where you're watching from in chat. We are in Los Angeles here at Adobe Max. Do we need to check in?
We need to check in.
Let's
So
do
if you're
it.
coming to the Adobe Live booth, make sure to grab your passport and you're to come check in and get some swag.
So if you are at Adobe Max watching this, you can come into the Creative Park, turn right, and you will see our giant booth where you can check in and get some cool swag.
I think I'm
done
ready.
By our friends Amy and Jen Hood of Hoodspah Design.
We love you, Hoodspah.
Okay,
All right.
let's head over. We have a very special activation that we do every year for our friends that have been using Adobe products for a long time. You can get a pin. These are designed by Tyler Pate, a friend of our community. And so you can literally just come over here and you're going to tell them how many years you have been using a product. Emily, how many years have you been using it?
I'm between 10 and 15 at this point.
Between 10 and 15. So we will grab our pin and we can get started with our journey. So next up, we're going to come over here and this is Terminal 3. Hi, everybody. Okay, this is Terminal 3 in our community airport. We are doing mentorship. We are helping you level up your creative careers with the Adobe Creative Apprenticeship Program. If you want more information, stop by the booth. You can get advice. You also can maybe get your first job with Adobe. You get to work directly with us. Really cool program. Let's keep going.
It's a big airport. We got to keep moving.
So next up, we can get a creative aura. You can grab your creative aura, take a photo, and it's going to tell you what kind of creative you are.
And how many auras are there? I think there's a lot, right?
I think there's like 100 auras.
So you'll get one of 100 maybe.
Yes, a lot for you to discover. So last up is our favorite part of this broadcast, and that's Adobe Live. So let's head over to Adobe Live. I'm going to drop off my luggage and meet you over there. At the Adobe Live booth, you can hang out and say hi to our friend Megan. You also can sit in our amazing lounge if you want to watch live. So let's go ahead and get the show started. All right, we'll meet you up on stage. Chat, let us know where you're watching from. And we are going to be talking all about what's new in Firefly Boards.
There's so much to love about Firefly Boards.
There's so much to love about Firefly Boards. All right, let's come on up here. Hi, everybody. Camera 1. We did it.
I'm like, wait, is there camera 2? But there's nothing on that one.
That's
so.
it. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you are watching online, it's good to see you.
Oh, your knee.
My knees are too long for
You're
this
too
desk.
tall.
We got it. All right. And thanks so much for all of our friends in chat. We're looking at you over here. We got Voodoo
Yes.
Val. We got Harpreet. We got Jeff. We got Andy Palomares. We have Chris. Nice to see you here, everybody. Peter,
Wow.
Oliver, nice to see you, everybody.
UK, Chicago, I love it. Thank you guys so much for joining in. We're so happy that you're here with us.
Yes, let us know if this is your first Max or if you have been at Max before or watched online with us before. Emily, the keynote is still happening, which is crazy. So
yes.
if you're watching us, thank you so much.
Yeah, we're happy you're here.
Yes, the keynote is still going on. We're going to be showing you a little bit of what they've talked about earlier today, and that is creating ideas with Firefly Boards. Hands in chat, let us know if you have used Firefly Boards before. We're going to hop in here to Firefly Boards, and to get started, just firefly.adobe.com. So we're going to go to firefly.adobe.com, and from there, on the left, you can see our friend Boards. Where's Boards?
A great question. I feel like if you click new,
there
it
we
should
go.
give you the
Thank
option
you.
to say boards.
My goodness.
Sometimes
New boards.
they reorganize the column and it gets tricky.
Adobe Max Morning. If you haven't, go update all of your apps
Yes,
because they
there's
are
a lot
all
out
ready to
there.
update right now. So you can go to Boards and create a new board. And Boards is basically a all-in-one place where you can brainstorm, come up with new ideas, and you can use generative models within Adobe Firefly or some of our partner models to remix your ideas, to take what's in your brain and put it onto the screen. So let's hop in and talk about what we are going to do today.
Chad, do we have something exciting planned for you? So
Oh,
yes,
boy.
We're in the airport. We're doing that at Adobe Live, but on this stream specifically, we're talking about dogs, and specifically one of my favorite dogs, my dog, Mosby.
Yes.
So Mosby, if you're watching, type something on the keyboard. I'd love to hear from you.
Love you, Mosby.
Go Go
so
ahead.
yes, we're going to be working in Firefly Boards, and I wanted to show how, as a creative professional, I use Firefly Boards to brainstorm ideas. Now, there's always that point in the process where you're talking with the client and you can't get on the same page, right?
Yes.
And you need some visuals to help them. And usually we're going and like grabbing images and creating a mood board and like inspiration board. We can do that all here in Firefly Boards, and we have the power of Adobe fonts. We have the power of partner models. We have Nano Banana available to us, and a lot of other tools that are really good for organization and presentation for clients. All right, so.
Funny that you should say organization.
Yes.
Because, you know, if your artboard looks like this, mine does too sometimes. But what's really great, and one of like the good like blank canvas starting points of Firefly Boards is the organization features.
Yes.
So Andrew, we have a bunch of photos here, right?
So
Again,
many.
this is what my artboards look like normally, but there's really quick actions that you can do to organize everything and bring it together. So if you're going to present for your client, it's not going to look as crazy as it is right now.
Yes.
Do you want me to showcase how to do that really fast?
Yeah, let's hop over to your screen, and Emily's going to show you how to do this. And what's cool,
I think we're on my
is,
screen.
as you can see, Emily is in this document. It is live collaboration. So we are going to be creating this pitch for our client together.
Yes.
And Emily's going to be doing a lot of different tasks. We're going to be working together seamlessly all at the same time.
In the same program,
Yes.
which is what's crazier,
Yep.
right? It's not like I'm jumping out to Illustrator, Photoshop, Express, and coming all back into one place. We're doing it together, real time. It's just amazing, and I love that about
100%.
boards.
So
okay.
we're going to organize here in boards. I know a lot of people throw their ideas onto the board
As
and
you
need
should.
to keep it
Yeah.
organized. Check this out. We're going to select everything. Then what do we do?
And we have options. So I selected everything, and I'm going to come up here where there's these little icons of squares and rectangles, and we could do rows, columns, mosaic. I'm going to do mosaic because I have a bunch of different, right? And
Done.
this is like the pitch board that you're usually showing to your client anyways, so it's amazing that it just shows up all together,
Yep.
organize them, and they're evenly spaced. Like, that's great.
Yes. So let's hop over, and this is the client brief, and I love using Firefly Boards over on my screen so that we can get a brief and we can put the text in here, we can put all our images in here, we can iterate in here, find fonts in here, but here is our client brief for Mosby Mart.
Mosby's opening a grand opening store.
Mosby Mart is a fun, friendly brand dedicated to dogs and the humans who love them. We specialize in high-quality dog food, treats, and toys designed to make tails wag and owners smile. So we are going to have a goal of this project to develop a visual identity. Target demographic here,
Okay.
we have 25 to 45 who treat their pets as family.
He is family.
Yes, we want it to be playful, approachable, trustworthy, clean, modern, bright, energetic, dog-centered, with an emphasis on joy, movement, and care. So
Very Mosby.
this might be something that we get from our clients. And what's great is, as creatives, we are translators. And I'm seeing these words, and in my brain, I'm seeing already kind of what I could play with to pitch the client. Now, Firefly Boards is going to help us take that out of our brain and onto the canvas. So let's get started here. And Emily, right now we're working on our infinite giant board, but I want to have
giant.
something that we can present to a client.
Easy.
So we're going to go over here, and I'm just going to create an art board. And this is going to help us stay more organized. I'm used to not working on art boards, but I want to be able to export something. So we're going to grab our art board, and then we are just going to click and drag this art board out. So this is going to be an art board that I'm going to use for a client presentation. So we're going to go 1920 by 1080.
Standard screen size.
There we go, standard screen size to do a
Gorgeous.
little slide. And from there, we can start building on this slide. So Emily, this is going to be concept one. And I think for concept one, we want to make Mosby Mart really fun. I think we want it to be whimsical. I think we want it to be playful.
Okay.
So what we're going to have you do is get started on figuring out maybe some color palettes. And if you've used Adobe Color, color.adobe.com, you've probably done something similar. But what we're going to do here is Emily is going to be working as I work as well. And I'm going to have Emily generate images that feel playful. And we're going to use
Ooh.
those images to extract color palettes that we could use for the project. So
Do you want to see anything like realistic? Do you want me to be doing like landscapes and locations, or do you want just like vibes?
I think we're seeing like ball pits and like clown places.
Clown
Circuses.
places.
Circus, that's what it's
I don't
called.
know if most people likes the circus, but we're gonna take him there and see what he thinks. I love
pulling
it.
those colors. So again, I love Firefly Boards because it literally is just like the Vibes app. Like we are just going off of a vibe and a prayer and a little bit of help from Firefly. So Emily's gonna go in here and just start generating some images based on the vibes. We're trying to get something fun. And while she does that, I want to maybe go in and start playing around with some of these images of Mosby. I know that I have key images that I want to include in here.
Honestly, every photo of Mosby is a key image in my opinion.
Yes.
He is my child, but yes, choose which ones you think are going to work best for your
So
application.
what I really love about this is I can actually like create and edit in, I can send this to Photoshop. So we can go to Photoshop,
Right.
we can go to Express. So I want to try something real quick just to show you a feature, is that I'm going to take this image here, we're going to right click, and I'm going to open a copy of this in Photoshop. So that's going to open in the background in Photoshop for me. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to have two versions of this. You know what? Hold on. Okay, yes. Sorry, I said the wrong things. Okay, so I'm going to have...
Everything's okay, chat, don't you worry.
Yeah. I have this in Photoshop on the web of Mosby, and all that I want to do right now is I want to flip this image. So I'm going to flip this image. Oops. Mosby, come back.
No, Mosby. We do have a question in
Right
chat.
there. Yes.
Would this tool replace traditional Photoshop and Illustrator?
No, so
Yes.
it works in tandem really well.
Right.
So Firefly Boards is a place for your ideas. Photoshop and Illustrator is more for like the application of those ideas. Boards is like a dream space that lets you just kind
Ooh,
of
I like that.
vibe. Yeah.
Vibey dream space.
I'm going to do this. I want to have a photo of Mosby facing the other direction. And so what's cool is I'm going to grab our friend Mosby. This looks good. We flipped it the opposite direction, and from there, I am going to try to copy this and paste it right there. So you just saw something that we're going to show later, but I just copied. So I opened it in Photoshop on the web. I made an edit by reversing it, and then I literally just copied and pasted into Firefly Boards. Now, you're saying, Andrew, copy and paste, that sounds crazy. What if we're an illustrator? So here's some illustrations that Emily has done for this brand a little while ago. And so let's see what happens if we grab an illustration. I'm going to copy into Firefly Boards, pasted, boom.
That's amazing.
So you can copy and paste from Photoshop, from Illustrator, from Express into Firefly Boards. And that way, if you have a workflow that is in Photoshop that is in Illustrator, you can still have that, still work there, but we're able to pull our ideas all together.
That duck is too funny. We do
Yes.
have another question in chat. Is this free? What does it look like as far as credits, the use of Firefly? Tell us a little bit more about what's going on there.
Yes, great question.
Great
so
question.
if you are using Firefly, if you are a Creative Cloud member, it's available to you. It's included in Creative Cloud membership. And not only that, you have unlimited generations between right now, probably like actually 35 minutes ago or so.
Yeah, this very second, but a little bit.
Right now to December 1st, unlimited generations. It also includes a Firefly video model. Some of the other video models are not included in that, but unlimited generations, we can use Nano Banana, we can use Flux, we can use
All
Firefly
the partner
here.
models that are in here.
So yes, you can hop in to Adobe Firefly Boards right now and get started, play around, generate whatever you want. So what we're going to do is I have these two images of Mosby, and this is one of my favorite things to do.
He's just looking at himself. He's having a
Is-
little heart-to-heart with himself.
Exactly. I just want to have like a good reference for Mosby if I'm sending it off to an illustrator. We know that he is going to be our key art, and so I want to have some reference for illustrators to have every angle of Mosby.
Yes.
So what we can do is I am going to take these two images,
Okay.
right? Maybe our client has only given us two images, and we are going to select one of these, and we're going to do convert image to video.
Okay.
So from here, we are going to have our first frame be Mosby facing the right. And then the second frame, we're going to select right here and have Mosby facing the left. So you
I
can
love it.
see how the generations in generative AI is very easy to kind of select and work with. So from there, we do want this to be a portrait size, and I'm going to hit generate. And you can see right here that it is using 0 credits, using 0 generative credits, and that is because you have unlimited generative
Credits, yeah.
unlimited generations between now and December 1st.
Incredible.
And we are going to generate that, and what it's going to do is it's probably going to generate a video of Mosby facing one way,
And
and
then
then Mosby
looking.
all the way to the other side.
I'm so excited to see him come to life like
Yep.
that.
All right,
Okay.
let's hop over to your screen
While
and
you
take a
generate
look at
video-
what you have created over there.
Exactly. Okay, so I've been putting in some prompts. I think we're on my screen now. Yes, we are. I've been using words like bright, colorful, vibrant, and bringing together some really unique colors and wanting to show you a little bit of how I get those from the prompt into the artboard. So this is the last one I generated. I did whimsical flowers. Not sure if it was spelled correctly, but it's okay anyways. Whimsical color flower field, bright spring day. So I'm just going to take this color, or this Sorry, I saw you drawing colors. I'm going to take this image, I'm going to scale it down a little bit so it fits on my artboard. I use the same commands that I do in Illustrator, which would be Option Shift to kind of drag in the same place. I'm going to continue to shrink this down a little bit. And then Andrew's already pulling out circles to color sample some of this, but I will show you how to do it on my screen as well because we are working in tandem. So I'm going to use Shift, click, drag to drag out the shape, and then I'm going to click right here on Select Color, and I'm going to use this little rainbow portal sample. And the eyedropper tool is here in Firefly Boards, which is, I don't know, feels like home to me. I use eyedropper for absolutely everything in every program, so I'm really happy to see that it's here as well. And I'm going to try and get this really bright yellow color. I feel like this is very Mosby. He's very sunshine. He's very happy. And Andrew, you looks like you're sampling from each image, which is great.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to just pull a bunch of color palettes, and that way, again,
we got
Boards
options.
is an amazing place to just throw around ideas and then present to the client to kind of give them choices, to not spend a ton of time on the like idea phase of like getting high quality mock-ups for that first round. This is really great for just like, here's the idea we're going for. Is this the vibe or not?
Okay, this is coming together for me. I'm trying to decide what I like. I do like the pastels. I feel like that's kind of where I gravitate towards just as a designer. But the really bright, sunshiny outdoor vibe is very Mosby as well. So I don't know, what are you feeling in your opinion and your understanding of Mosby?
Yes, I like what's happening in the bottom right. I like this zone a lot.
Yeah.
And so what's cool is we're going to hop back and forth between both of our screens. I'm so sorry, Studio Manager. So over on my screen, I can actually leave a comment. So if you are working with your client and trying to get feedback, you can click on comments right here, and then I can come in and say, Emily, you know what?
Amazing work.
I think these are the colors that I want. So I can add a pin there and be like, let's go with these colors. I love them.
I love these colors. And then I'm going to wait and see this pop up.
I can submit that, and then right away it's going to pop up over on Emily's screen so that she will know those are the colors that I'm looking for. So really great to collaborate with clients, again, and just kind of pull ideas out.
I'm going to show on either your screen. I think it'll only show on my screen. So if we want to jump back over to my screen, right here you can see comments in this little dropout menu, or I'm not sure what, hamburger menu. Click and you can see it here, and it will take you to the comment, or it's going to populate as this little dot on the image, and I can click there as well and see Andrew's feedback. So if you're ever looking for where comments are, they're going to be on the right or directly on the image.
Yep.
Okay.
And chat. So we were working before.
Is the video ready?
Yeah. So we were
great.
working before on some things to prep for the stream, and I left a setting on. We were working on mocking up a bandana on our friend, which we are going to do.
Yes.
But we're going to leave it. It is included in the video. It's a little bit crazy, but we're going to show here the first and last frame that we added of Mosby. On the left here is the first frame over on my screen.
Let's see if we're back on your screen before we jump over. Okay,
and then on the right is the last one. So let's see this video that we that we generated of Mosby. Look at it. He gets a little bandana on. And then pull up.
Fun.
So we can do that. And so maybe we are playing around and we want to see like the different angles, and now that sparked an idea for me.
What
right?
is it?
Then I'm like, oh my gosh, we need a bandana.
We need a bandana.
We need to see Mosby in a bandana. Why have we not done anything else? So this is why I love Firefly Boards, is you can like ride the vibes again. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a photo of Mosby. I think that this one is the winner for us.
He's ready. He's ready to pose.
And I also have a lot of this key art that's over here. So this is key art that Emily had illustrated, but I want this to be a pattern, and I want it to be like on a bandana.
Yeah.
Right? So for the initial pitch to the client, I don't want to go through like putting this onto a bandana, making a pattern, doing all those steps for them just to be like, nah, we don't want a bandana.
Right, yeah.
We hate the idea of a bandana in general. So this is a great way to test that, is I can grab all these pieces here, and again, we're going right out of Illustrator, and I'm going to paste them into Firefly Boards.
That was just Command-C, Command-V, right?
Command-C, Command-V, directly
Classic.
out of Illustrator into Firefly Boards. Super easy.
You are pasting a lot,
quick.
so I think it needed a second.
Oh, 100%, yes. I like pasted way too much, but we're going to do it. All right, so from there, I think it looks really good, and we are going to use one of our partner models here. We're going to go to Edit, and I'm going to do Nano Banana here, so Gemini 5, Nano Banana. We're going to hover over the crop to make sure that we crop in the whole area here. And then we are going to do, let's see, use this as a pattern on a photorealistic mock-up of a bandana. Let's do on a white background, just so we can have it like as its own thing. So we're gonna hit generate here, and right now, I used the wrong model. So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna go to Nano Banana. And from there, we are going to generate with Nano Banana. Now, if I wanted to give it some more information, I could add some more images here. And so let's say that we wanted to add an image for reference of a bandana. Actually, we don't really need
a reference. It's understood.
We don't need a reference, but what we can do is just click here. We're going to place it on the canvas.
Yes.
And now we have our pattern on a bandana. Aww. Okay. So again, great idea for like, hey, client, do you think you want to do a bandana, right? I'm not doing displacement maps or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I can do it right here in Firefly Boards. Now.
I'm not getting a mock-up. I'm not, adding the layers. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just finding a quick way to bring this concept to life, which is awesome.
And so now is where it gets really fun, is we want to see this bandana on our bestest of boys. We're going to go here, and I'm going to go to edit, and we are going to edit with Nano Banana again. And we're going to add in, we're going to drag out, make sure we cropped to our friend Mosby.
Aww.
And then we're going to add in a second image. So in Nano Banana, you can add a bunch of images to just give more information. So from here, we're going to have Mosby, and then we are going to have place the bandana
around his neck.
Around the neck of
yeah.
the dog. Yep. So try to be descriptive here. And we are using Nano Banana. We're going to generate that real quick. And what it's going to do is it's going to place that bandana onto Mosby for me.
It's like he's ready to model it. The way he's sitting there.
Yeah, he's like, hello, please put me in Firefly Boards.
Too fun.
And someone's saying, why do you use Nano Banana for this and not the Firefly model?
Great question.
You can use the model that's right for you. So play around with those. We do have partner models. It depends on what you're trying to do.
Yep.
You can check out, I know that some of our evangelists have some great content on figuring out which model is right for you. And so find out, there are ones for video. There are some that are good for mock-ups or edits. There are some that are good for just image generation. So find the one that's right for you. Nano Banana is really great at kind of merging images together. And so we're using that for this use case.
This came out great. Chat, you're not ready for this.
How'd we do? Okay.
Oh.
We got close.
It was close. Sorry. In the small thumbnail, it looked like it was directly on. But honestly, not too far off.
I'm going to see what happens actually if I remove the background here.
Okay, I can see that.
You also have you have a lot of tools here for that are just simple. So we can go ahead and remove background. It's going to very quickly remove the background for us. So now we just have the scarf.
PNG.
And Emily, can you put the scarf on our mood board for us?
Put the scarf on the mood board.
Yeah,
sure. Do you want me to grab it?
Yep.
And
so again, we're live collaborating. So Emily is going to grab that scarf for us, and then I'm going to do one more try to try to get this scarf over on our friend Mosby.
And while you work on that, I'm going to show a little bit of how I would choose a typeface in Firefly Boards. Does that work for you?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So if we are on my screen, which it looks like we are, amazing. I use the type tool right over here on the left. I dropped it in right here. I typed Mosby Mart because that's the name that we're going with. You can click right here, and it's going to show you recent fonts or uploaded fonts, like if we wanted something spooky. But my dog is not spooky because he's just a cute little guy. So I'm going to go back into here, and I'm going to click More Fonts. And More Fonts is going to give you some of these categories, which is a great place if you're looking of like, what's the word I want, or where's like the direction I want. This can really help bring those ideas together for you. So, is it Art Deco? Is it brush pen? Is it clean? I think it's going to be something fun. Oh, and fun is a category. I love that for me.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and also we're just going to plug, we're talking about Firefly Boards, but also this is in Illustrator now. So the Illustrator font picker is amazing. It has all the vibes. You can filter. So if you want to, go check out Illustrator, open up that type menu, and it's going to be a whole new world for you.
I like this one. This type voice says Mosby's on his way. He's running. He's not stopping. He's not pass and go. He's just on his way. So I think these are fun. So I'm just going to do some iterations here that we can see what we think and then eventually what we want to pitch to the client. So I'm just going to keep pulling out some other options here. And chat, if you have a favorite typeface from Adobe Fonts, put it in the chat and I will bring it on the board for you.
Yep. So hopping back over to my screen. So we had a great suggestion from chat. Thank you so much, Mustarai. Helped me with my prompting. Sometimes if you're not getting what you want, it's because you're saying it wrong. And I was saying it wrong.
It's because you're saying it wrong.
It's your fault. No, it was my fault here. Is I have the images and the prompt that I used here, I don't quite remember. What was the prompt that I used?
Oh,
well, I can look right here. So if you want to know what prompt to you used, you can actually hover over the top right here, and it's going to show you what the source is if it was created with AI. It also is going to have those content credentials. But I can come over here and we can click on generate image, and it's going to load in what the prompt was. So we can load right here, and it will load all of that in. So you can see I said place the bandana around the neck of the dog. It placed the bandana around the neck of the dog. So here, our friend in chat said, you need to prompt it to wear the bandana, not place it. And so here, I changed my prompt, if I go to load, to create a photo of the dog wearing the bandana mock-up. And from there, we got this great photo of our friend Mosby wearing a bandana, and I'm gonna go and drop this on our final client page right here.
You know what's interesting? I was streaming with Joey Dowd last week, and he was showing us a lot of things about Firefly Boards. And he said specifically with Nano Banana, if you say "show me" and then whatever it is that you want to see, there's increased success of how to prompt Nano Banana with that. So if you said, which I just remember now, but if you said "show me the dog wearing the bandana," it's much more likely that you would get the result that you want.
Okay.
So it's always cool to learn a little bit more about the models, how you use them, and best use case practices. So I feel like everyone's learning this in real time at the same time. So just a little tip I heard. Yeah,
that's right. So we are continuing to build out this mood board to present to the client of like, is this the vibe that we want to go for our first one? So we have a little bit of type, we have some colors. I want to get a little more of maybe some products in here, right?
I was hoping you would say that.
And you know what?
What?
Where are you going to go?
I was going to jump into Illustrator and grab an illustration that I've already done, but
Let's
what were you thinking?
I would love that.
Okay, great.
Okay, so we're going to hop over to Illustrator. Again, Firefly Boards is a really great tool to use with Illustrator, to use with Firefly, bring it in and kind of play around with it. And somebody's saying, hey, is this your presentation? No, the dog did not eat the assignment. We're just getting started. We've been streaming for about 15 minutes here. So we are getting started very early on our presentation to the client. It is bad, it is chaotic, but that's what we're using Firefly Boards for. So don't think of it as the place that you're gonna be making like the final thing. Use it as your scratch pad, as your ideation, as your sketchbook. It's supposed to be crazy, it's supposed to look wild, because you're just throwing your ideas onto the page, and then we're gonna go in, organize everything, get it ready for a client presentation. And again, we're not presenting final art here. We're presenting, is this the idea that we want to go with, right? So it's us sketching a little more visually to be able to tailor the pitch to the client.
Great
all right.
explanation.
Emily, you have an illustration here.
What are we going to do? Okay, so I have this illustration in my library in Illustrator. I pulled it out, I command copied, command pasted right here for you. And so highlighting it, I'm going to click convert. And then I'm going to do rotate object, and I'm going to drag out a little board for us here, and I'm going to click, and it's going to process what I'm asking it to do and give us some options here. So I feel like the best use case for this is it's going to bring us, well, we're having a little trouble generating.
Oh yes, okay.
I know. It's a very busy time for our internet.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I think I know what happened. So what we're going to do, I'm going to grab Emily's
I'm going to try generating one more time while you're doing that.
Yep.
And together we're going to find a successful way to do this.
Chat, there are two of us right now. Imagine if you had like 5 people in here. It's a really, really fun time, especially if you're brainstorming. Like if you're in a room with people and you're brainstorming, don't use a whiteboard. Use this. Like hop into Firefly Boards and you can like play around with all your different ideas.
Okay, I have a generation that came to life here.
All right, let's hop over to Emily's screen.
We're back. I mean, honestly, it was on your screen too. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened the first time. I'm guessing it was a little internet glitch or whatever. We are live streaming from the floor of Max. So I clicked convert and I wanted to do 3D rotate. And so now this isn't the exact replica, but obviously it's giving us a good idea of how this is would look, I guess, in a 3D space. So if I click on it, it's gonna give me these options right here, being able to rotate it vertically. So this is not how I envision this necessarily looking. It looks like it's a ball almost, but you can also rotate it this way and just get an idea of how this would look in time and space. Again, not how I interpreted this, but I can see where it got this information.
It looks like it's one of those that like you put the peanut butter in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? And like choose it. Yeah. So we have another example, if we hop over to my screen, of like a chew toy, right? So we have this idea of maybe a sketch that we did. And from there, we went and I used Nano Banana here. Actually, let's see what I used.
Great question.
I used Firefly. I actually used Firefly here. So we used Firefly to generate a 3D kind of rendering of this piece, right? And from there, we took it over here and we used that rotate feature. And what's really cool is now we can rotate this and see it in 3D space. And this is a great example of something that we could send to a client to show, oops, I rotated the whole thing, to show kind of the client what this could look like if you had it as a 3D object. So I'm going to add this onto our board as well.
I'm trying another one. I have a dog bowl that I feel would be really cute. So I'm going to try and generate this while you're working on that.
You can see some. Oh no, I messed it up. Hold on. There we go.
Oh no.
So you can see something just happened, and this is why I love boards. Is you can create art boards, and creating an art board, you can focus, right? So we have all of our space all over, right? All kinds of things. But if we have an art board and we drag something from our chaos zone into the focus zone,
not the chaos zone,
it is going to crop it for us. So now it is only on that art board. So that way you can work a little more seamlessly and not have it be as chaotic. And again, this art board is pure chaos right now, but it could be something that we send to the client to get their feedback, to get ideas. They can play the videos here. They can play around with the 3D object and see everything within Firefly Boards.
Okay,
all right,
you want
Emily,
to see the dog bowl?
I want to see the cutest
pretty
dog bowl I've
cute.
ever seen in my life.
So this was the illustration I had on the left. Yes, my screen's showing, great. So this was the illustration I had. I hovered over right here, I clicked convert, and it turned it into this 3D object. So what's really cool is you can rotate it. So it's gonna give this, again, three-dimensional experience. I think it's really interesting that it only chose to keep the dog bone on the front, which is actually how I would envision this coming to life. I could also see another version where it maybe repeated the dog bone elsewhere, but I'm happy with what I got here. So I can change it here, rotate it that way. I can also rotate up and down. It does look like it interpreted it just has a hole in the bottom, so this is more of like a frisbee shape. But that's okay. It's still a concept. It's still showing me what this could look like on a 3D plane. You also can mess around with how far away and how close you're seeing this generated, which is just really neat. It's something, again, all in Firefly Boards, not leaving the program, able to bring your ideas to life in a new way. Super exciting stuff.
Yeah,
how are you doing over there?
Good. I'm playing around
You're
with.
getting organized.
I'm getting organized.
No chaos anymore.
Yep, I'm getting organized to send this concept to our client.
Fabulous.
Again, I love the free flow brainstorm process of using Firefly Boards. So I'm going to get a little bit organized here, and then I can see kind of what we're missing. So again, when we're pitching to clients, this is a great place. And someone saying, I'm waiting for someone to give their specific presentation. Will it be shown here? I believe they're one of the keynote speakers. I do think that we are doing some of the content here on Adobe Live. You also can check out max.adobe.com. You can register for free there. So if you don't see it on our schedule, then you can check it out, max.adobe.com, register for free there. And before we hop in, do we have a schedule slide? We do.
It's coming your way.
We are going to be live from the show floor all week here at Adobe Max. It looks like we're in a studio, but we are indeed on the show floor. So coming up today, next we have the latest in Photoshop with our friend Aaron, and then content coming all throughout the day. Stay until about 5 o'clock tonight. We have Izzy, Illustrator, visual storytelling, a little bit of everything Illustrator. So if you want to learn about what's new in the Adobe programs, tune into Adobe Live all week. We will be here. All right, Emily.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and take a quick little look at what we are missing for our client presentation. So
great.
We are on our space here, and we have gotten the brief from the client. We have this idea to make it a very fun, poppy kind of vibe. I think that where I'm seeing is I don't know how to describe the vibe other than everything is squishy. Do you know what I mean? Everything's squishy.
That's Mosby's world.
Everything's got little arms and cute little eyes. Like everything's squishy. So that's the vibe that I kind of want to go for here. And I think the type that we've selected is actually really good.
Right?
I would love to see this type with maybe a little bit of a different treatment to present to the client.
Okay. What kind of treatment are you looking for?
I'm thinking that I want it to be
I have dreams, okay?
Tell me now.
No, what are your dreams?
My dreams?
Yeah.
My dreams are that I want it to be a little more bubbly and maybe metallic.
Okay.
So what I want to do is this is crazy. We're going to go out of Firefly Boards. And
Where are
what's
we
cool
going?
is I can come here and I'm using Alphabet Soup, it looks like.
Cute.
And I'm going to come into Illustrator and we are going to do Mosby Mart. Oh, I'm zoomed so far out,
The
chat.
tiniest type.
Okay, so let's go Mosby Mart.
Oh, Val. Hey, Voodoo Val. It's good to see you again.
Hey, Val.
There's a link to the schedule in the chat, so if you have questions of what's coming up next or just throughout the day, if you want to tune in to now, go ahead and click that and you'll see what's going on Adobe Live.
Yep. So I went to type in that font and I don't have it. Where is it? Oh no. Well, in Illustrator there is a new, ooh. We got libraries,
So
we got
many new things.
discover more. So there's a new font picker here. You can go through, you can discover by like vibes. You also can look at the fonts that are stored in your libraries. So now we have libraries that are available to you, which is really cool. We also have all of the fonts that I have already done. We can filter by literally everything. But we're gonna go here, and I think that the font that we were looking for was Alphabet something.
Alphabet Soup.
Alphabet Soup. So we're gonna go to Discover More, Alphabet Soup right there. I'm gonna click the little icon for the cloud, and that is going to sync that into my Illustrator, my Photoshop, all those things, so I'll have it ready to go. I wanna create a quick little 3D version of it here,
Okay.
and then we can use that as a reference for maybe some other elements. Specifically, I think I want like the rubber dog toy. Right, but it's like rubber dog toys, but it's like the letters.
Let's see it.
Okay, let's see it.
If you can think it, you can make it.
Yes, and again, Firefly Boards, amazing for brainstorming. If you have an idea, just like chase it.
I kind of have an idea that I want to show while you're doing that.
Do it.
Is that okay? Okay.
I believe in you.
So here's my dog. He was getting a bath. He is the most worried he's ever been in his entire life. But I think it'd be really fun to see what this image would look like if he was not in a bucket, if he was in a spaceship. And I'm thinking this is his Halloween costume taken to the max, and I want to explore what that's going to look like. So if I click on this image here, I'm going to click Generate Image, and I'm going to sample this image of my little guy sitting in this bucket, and I'm going to say, if I'm going to try the trick I was mentioning earlier with Gemini. I'm going to do show me the dog sitting in a spacecraft with blinking, ooh, I can't spell ever, blinking lights and outer space is the right word, outer space in the background. Okay, great. I have Gemini, show me, sampled my dog. I think we're ready to go. I'm gonna leave it as portrait to keep that ratio the way that it is, and I'm gonna click generate and let's see what we get. All right, how are you doing over there?
Love
I'm seeing some 3D happening.
Yes, I'm doing
Amazing.
good. So again, this is where we chase an idea. So I am in the branding process. We are brainstorming using Adobe Firefly Boards, and I had the idea that I wanted the type that we found to match kind of this vibe, but like everything's like bubbly, right? And so what I'm gonna do is I love this as an idea, right? Of kind of like where I want things to be. This is a 3D kind of that we rendered here in Firefly Boards. No zoom. Oh no, too much. Oh no, I zoomed too aggressively.
He's in outer space.
Okay, there we go. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over into Illustrator, and I'm just going to make these letters a little bit wonky because I want it to be fun. And then I am going to do some 3D with this, but then we'll take it into Firefly Boards and see if we can reimagine it in a little bit more of a like photorealistic kind of zone. So let me kern these out a little bit.
Oh, that's fun.
It's fun, right?
It's very playful. It's very doggy.
Welcome to Mosby Mart. So I'm going to select these. I'm going to go to Window, or I'm going to go to Effects in Illustrator, 3D Materials. We're going to inflate these, make them nice and bubbly. From there, we are also going to add in some shine. So let's go to Materials here. Let's open up our properties. Oh, I need to make them a group, chat. There we go. All right, object, we're going to inflate. Got it.
Oh, I love inflate. It's so fun.
From there, we are going to change the depth just a little bit. We're going to go to materials. We're going to make it a little bit more metallic. Love that. Change the roughness. Yes, that's what I want. Yay.
Adara says, ooh, some shine.
Everything is squishy.
I feel like this letter sounds like squeaky toys. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
That was the goal. That's the type voice we were looking for.
Yep.
Squeaky
So
dog toy.
we are using, again, Illustrator here. And then what I can do is I'm just going to select this in Illustrator. We're going to right click. We're going to go to copy. I'm going to head on over to Firefly Boards, and we are going to paste. And watch this. Boom.
Yes.
In just a second, right? We've gone all the way through. So now we have a little bit more of a look of what I'm looking for. But I want this to be like a top-down shot with like doggy toys. And then with the letters. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go into Adobe Stock and see if I can find anything here. So this little search is going to give me a lot of stuff from the bubble.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that bubble.
Do you want the bubble in there?
Maybe a bubble.
Why not? All right, so we're gonna place a bubble onto the canvas.
That's how we're gonna advertise the toys. They'll be just like floating in bubbles, maybe.
Wait, that's so fun.
He likes bubbles.
Okay,
so
that's so fun.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Okay, can you see if you can get the this object floating in the bubble?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm glad
so
you asked.
Emily's gonna work on that while I stay over here. I want to see this image here, but with a top-down shot of dog toys. So we're gonna go here, and we are going to do like top-down photo of wooden floor. And I'm going to kind of build the pieces here. Let's just do wooden floor. I don't know why I did that. All right, perfect. So we're going to go here. I like this one. We're going to drag that onto our board. And I'm so sorry that I'm crowding our artboard. We're going to go back into the unlimited space that we have.
Infinite space.
Infinite space.
Infinite.
So from here, we're going to have this image. We're going to have our little Mosby image. And then maybe let's grab one of like dog toys as well. Let's see what we got. Ooh, this is great reference. Okay, so we're going to grab this from Adobe Stock as well. Great reference of different dog toys that we could use. And from there, we are going to use our friend Nano Banana. We're going to select this image here. I'm going to go to Generate Image. We are going to choose Nano Banana here. And then we are going to select our 3 images. So I'm going to say, show me an image that says Mosby Mart. And let's do top-down photo. And let's say make the letters from different dog toys. Dog toy styles. Okay, so from there, we're going to select our images. I want the floor, 1. I want to have our letters, 2. And I want to have all these little dog toys here, 3. Make sure that's all selected. And then we are going to generate. We're going to do that landscape, and it is going to generate that image. So something else that we haven't explored is maybe I want to have more versions of these dog toys, but in like maybe an illustrated style that you have here, right?
Fun.
So let's try this. This is going to be crazy. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's why we're here. We're going to come over here, and I am going to place these 2. And if you have a photo and you have a maybe illustration or different image that you want to remix together, you can select the 2, click on Remix, and it's going to give you a whole grid of options. So it's going to keep generating those, but let's see if our image is done. And it looks like we do have Mosby Mart should be loading in here. And while we do that, Emily, let's hop back over to yours because you got something cool going on.
Well, chat also had some questions. Are the unlimited generative image or video only in Adobe Firefly? What about Premiere Pro app version? Great question. I believe it's
unlimited generation only.
Hold on. We need the syntax.
Okay,
I know that there's unlimited generations for Firefly currently. I know for Firefly Boards explicitly, but I would say Premiere may be different, but definitely something to look into. And yeah, I think it is unlimited though.
Yes, I think the answer is yes.
However,
I will check into that for you and find the answer. I do believe that the answer is yes.
I think so as well.
Any like video, if you're using the Firefly video model in Premiere Pro, unlimited generation. So it is unlimited generations until December 1st. Firefly video model, and then the others are not included for video, but they are included for generations.
It would be kind of cool to see these bubbles. I should try and generate a video now that we're saying Firefly video and see how these bubbles would come to life.
Bubble video.
Right, that'd be so cool.
Bubble video.
I'll come back to you with that, chat.
Yes.
So I was trying to get other images like this bubble to display our toys in, and so I used a prompt called generate or vary. So I clicked on my image, I clicked vary right here. You can choose more like this, keep the style, keep the subject. I chose more like this just to see what it would come up with. And it gives you this 16 4x4 grid of different options. So I selected some bubbles that I like. So I'll show you again what I did. I like this one, So I'm gonna drag this one over. I'm gonna scale it up so it's gonna be around the same size as everything else. And then I'm gonna hover over it and I'm gonna click this image right here, remove background. And it's gonna give me no background on this image like I'm seeing everywhere else. Super helpful. And then I could take my little graphic and move this around and put these with these other ones. So I'm gonna bring it to front. And now we have this fun concept of maybe to the client, like, hey, what do we think if it's bubbles? What if it's like moving around and morphic? Yep. So something to toy around with there.
Oh, Emily, we can make that into a video so easy. Okay.
I know, I'm gonna try.
So we have our little Mosby Mart back on my screen. I created the type out of the dog toys. We used our friend Nano Banana to make the Mosby Mart out of those dog toys. And so hopping back over to my screen, what we can do is to see how we got here, right? It looks pretty good. So sorry, chat, if you're wearing headphones. But what we can do is selecting this, we can go to load, and it's going to show us everything that we did. So we had our 3 images in there. We had our prompt, and then we used Nano Banana to generate a landscape image. I also went in and I wanted to see what would happen if we did a remix of 2 different options, and we have them here. So we remixed our illustration here with the photos here, and it created all these different versions for us of different variations of elements, right? Using Adobe Firefly to kind of remix those ideas. And I actually like this for like the colors.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I think I'm going to grab that and I'm going to put it over on our kind of inspiration board.
Okay, I am working on generating my video here, but I did, if we want to go back to when I was generating Mosby in space, so excited to show you guys how this came together. Okay, so here's Mosby. He was sitting in his little box taking his bath, and I prompted it, and I'm going to click on here to see what my prompt was. Where is my little prompt? Come here. Okay. It does not want to show what my prompt was.
Oh, go to load.
It could be because I'm
Top
generating
left.
it. I know, it's not.
Oh yeah, if you're generating currently, it might not.
Okay.
There it is.
Actually, this worked. Okay, so I was using Nano Banana, so I said, show me the dog sitting in a spacecraft with blinking lights in outer space in the background. And what do you know? My dog is a pilot, and he is on his space journey, which is super fun. I love the way this generated. I love that it kept his leash, like he's safely fastened into the spaceship. And I said, I want to see more of this. So I clicked on this image, and I went up to Vary. And I chose more like this. And again, it's going to give me this 4x4 grid of different options here. So let's zoom in and see what my dog is having his space adventure and what that's looking like for him. So here he is confidently looking at the horizon. Here he is with his paw on the control center. Wow, this is so believable and so fun. It does look a little different than Mosby. We could probably swap that out and change it, but it did keep the breed, it kept the concept, and I'm loving what I'm seeing. And I like that it's sparking new ideas too. This would be really cool to do as a video, see how this is looking, see of him moving in these different positions. A lot of cool stuff to work with here.
Yes, so that's actually exactly what I'm doing is I want to show I want to show Mosby wearing the scarf.
Okay.
But then I want to show him like running toward the camera wearing the scarf, so we can have like a little bit of an emotional kind of attachment there. And somebody's saying every few days there's new presets in Firefly Boards. When they get added, is there a place to find basic tips to the presets? Ooh, that's a great question. I don't think so. But what you can do is check in here on Adobe Live all the time. Watch Adobe Live. We'll be bringing you like what's new with Adobe Firefly Boards. Follow us on social media, and then also check out our Career Resource Center. We have a lot of articles going live about Firefly Boards as well.
Okay, there was something crazy happening on my screen that I'd love to show you after.
All right, are we ready for bubbles?
Should we do bubbles? Okay, we'll do bubbles really fast.
We're gonna do bubbles.
Okay.
All right, over to Emily for bubbles.
So I used Firefly Video in Firefly Boards to create a really cool video of just this bubble. So I had generated some variations. I took the variations that I liked, I removed the background, and then I used Generate Video. I selected the first scene, I selected the second scene of these 2 bubbles, and then it generated for me using Firefly Video this really cool morphing bubble. Which I think, to show this to a client, if you show these 2 images side by side, you're like, it's a bubble, it's moving. They're like, okay, sure, I don't get it. But if I show them this, they're seeing the vision. There's no question, we're on the same page, we're communicating in real time, which is really awesome. And this is the coolest bubble I have ever seen. It's so cool.
Yes.
All right. How's it going over there for you?
Oh, it's great. I'm generating, all right, so I have Mosby.
There he is, wearing his bandana.
So I have Mosby with...
Did you use Show Me?
What?
Did you use the Show Me?
I did.
It looks great.
It does. So we have Mosby in the bandana here, and then I want to see a video of him running. And someone's saying a question, does this video get saved?
Yes.
Yes. All of the Adobe Lives are available for you to watch whenever. So you can come back and watch over on YouTube. Adobe Live over on YouTube. It will get archived for you to watch it at another time if you want to come back.
And if you're asking about videos that you're generating in Firefly, yes, your entire history is visible on the right. There's a little like time machine looking button. If you click that button, Andrew, you want to show us? Yes. All your videos, all of your generations are stored for you here. And again, if you click on it, it'll show you what prompt you use. So a great historical document, honestly, exists in Firefly.
Yes. Really great there. And so let's see if this has, yep, it looks like it has. Wait. I'm very curious.
Let's see how it goes.
All right, so on the right, or on the left, we have an image of Mosby that we used Nano Banana to show us Mosby wearing a bandana. And then I put in the prompt, show me the dog wearing the bandana running toward the camera.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Mosby. Oh, he's so excited. Little tippy tappies. Little tippy tappies. And he got a tail.
My dog does not have a tail, so
it's perfect.
I
okay.
love this for him.
So we're going to put that over on our little inspiration board here.
So fun. Also, someone in chat said Star Trek Mosby was so wild, show him piloting the ship. Maybe I should try and do the video version. Let me see what I can do for you.
Okay. And we're going to drop this into this little board here. I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit. We got like 5 minutes left, but I do want to kind of just have fun. So let's see if we can zoom in here. And chat, you can see if you've used Adobe Express, very similar to Adobe Express here with the controls. So we can kind of like just manage how everything looks. We can double click to crop our images in. And I'm trying to line everything up so that we have it looking a little bit more composed for this pitch. So I think this is a fun idea. Let's put that there. I think we have some ideas for art. And you know what? I want to put this on a storefront real quick. So we're going to do, maybe let's do like store sign, I guess. We're using Adobe stock over here. I forgot what it's called. And let's do actually like illuminated marquee. Illuminated marquee.
Okay. Great.
Okay, actually, let's see here. Illuminated sign.
I do have something fun for signage that I could show you how to update the typeface on.
Show it to us now, yes.
All right, let's jump over to my screen really quickly. I am generating a video of my dog flying a spaceship, so stay tuned while that's working in the background. But something that's really cool in Firefly Boards and using in Firefly Boards using Nano Banana is you can update and replace text. So I have this image, I'm going to click edit, and I'm gonna use text in the image. So it's going to analyze my image, figure out where the text is, and then it's going to allow me to edit that in real time. So it's already analyzed. Cupcake House is the name. So I'm just going to double click in, and I'm going to write Mosby Mart. And now I'm going to click generate. And it's going to sample the same typeface that's used there, and it's going to replicate what this looks like. So this is really cool with a neon sign, with like cut out wood typeface, anything really intricate like that, it's going to match that visually. This is just a typeface, so it's going to look a little more flat, but a really handy feature, no more photoshopping it out and doing that, it's just going to replace it in real time, which is really exciting.
That is awesome.
Right. Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try it a little bit of a different way. So you can edit the text. This one was not recognizing the text over on my screen. But what I did is I'm trying to use Nano Banana here, and I asked Nano Banana, "Can you generate this? Replace the sign to say Mosby?"
No way.
And boy, did it. So now we have right here.
He's a business owner.
Yes, he's a business owner.
That's so cool.
He's a mogul. He's an icon.
A mogul.
And so let's do this. Actually, I want to see this image, but with more colors that are like this crazy color palette here. So we're going to select this. We are just going to add on to that in Nano Banana, and we're going to say maybe recolor this image, the sign. Recolor the sign with
mine worked too.
The bright neons from the flowers. All right, what's yours look like?
Back to my board, guys. Okay, so it took a little bit to analyze it, but this is the exact same typeface that we were seeing before, and it created entirely new letters inside this typeface, which is really crazy if you think about it. So that turned out really well. I'm happy with it. I do think your neon pylon is really, really cool, though.
Yep. And someone's saying, please repeat the details of generations are unlimited until December 1st. Just in Firefly or Firefly Boards are all Adobe products. I'm not fully confident. I do know it's boards. I do think that it might be all. I can check, and I will come back to you with an answer.
We'll get back. We're going to be here live all day on Adobe Live, covering everything happening at Adobe Max. So stick around. We'll get an answer for you on the next stream or later today.
Yes.
I also did get the generation. We're still on my screen. I'm not sure what's going to happen. We're going to see this live together. I used Nano Banana. I said, show me, or I can show you my prompt, actually. I said, I used Firefly. I said, show me what this dog looks like flying a spaceship. So let's see how he's doing. Oh, he's relaxed. He does this all the time. Look at him, just watching planets. Yeah,
He's
he
like,
likes it out
space, no big deal.
Okay, we do have 1 minute left. So let's try your generation and then kind of do an overview of what we covered.
Yeah, do you want to overview real quick?
Chat, I don't even know if I can overview everything. So we started off in Firefly Boards trying to put together what it would look like to brainstorm for a client and get this on in a place that we can talk with the client with some visuals and references to get this creative collaboration on the go. So we started with photos of Mosby. We started with the client brief. We brought in some illustrations. We looked at what it would be like to bring these into a bandana and mock that up for him to see if that's something that we wanted to explore. We looked at typefaces using Adobe fonts in Firefly Boards. We also generated some images to get a color palette. We did some generate video of first frame, last frame to bring Mosby to life. What else did we do? We did some really cool art references for words with toys to keep it on brand with everything else we were doing. I also wanted to see what it would look like for Mosby to pilot a spaceship. So we used this image with Firefly and Nano Banana to create a really fun motif of him in outer space. We got some variations. We generated him flying the spaceship.
Yeah.
Where else could we go? Honestly, that was everything.
A little bit of everything. So you can see here, if we hop back to my screen, it is a great option. We can export just this artboard and send it over to a client.
Oh my gosh.
We'd want a little more cleanup here,
Yeah.
a little more direction, but we have the idea of, we got some colors, we have some like Mosby Mart, maybe some signage ideas, some type ideas. We'd work on an Illustrator. We have some product ideas. And again, just a really quick way to get what's in your brain and throw it onto a canvas. So play around with Adobe Firefly Boards and stick around for more Adobe Live. We'll be here live from Adobe Max all week. We'll see you soon. Bye.